So Seth Glatz is deep for Illinois State. Southeastern won the toss and deferred to the second half, so they will send it away with Alec Mahler, their punter, who also handles kickoff. Southeastern 9-3 out of the Southland. Illinois State 8-4 out of the Missouri Valley Football Conference, which had 6 bids this year. And away we go from Hammond as Glatz on the return is taken down right around the 20-yard line. And a good play made on special teams by Cameron Ford, one of the DBs for Southeastern. So their 10th all-time appearance in the FCS playoffs, 7th under current head coach Brock Spack. Rittenhouse to throw, and he's got a completion on first down. That is Dylan Lord, redshirt freshman from Chandler, Arizona, who has really come on of late. And a gain of 27 on the first play from scrimmage. They have been one of the best defenses in the country on third downs this year. Empty backfield, Rittenhouse to throw. And on a slant, he's got his man, Daniel Sobkowitz. Pulls it in, has the first down. 50th catch of the year. Off play action. Rittenhouse tossing, looking for Sobkowitz. He high points it, and he's got it. A flag is down. Zach Johnson in coverage. We'll see about the penalty marker, but Rittenhouse delivered that right where it had to be, and he's got an amazing connection with Sobkowitz.
Defense number 28. The penalties decline. First down.
First and goal, Illinois State. The opening drive of this game. Play fake. Rittenhouse, he can run, and he will dive into the end zone, and Illinois State strikes first. A methodical 6-play opening drive. They march it down 80 yards, and Rittenhouse runs in his 7th touchdown of the season to put the Redbirds on top. Extra point from Matt Maldonado is away and through. Illinois State methodical on the opening drive. Took a little more than 2 minutes to get in the end zone. Rittenhouse runs it in, and the Birds in front early here at Hammond. And taking them to the playoffs for the 4th time. Carson Camp with a clean pocket. He throws underneath. That's a rare drop. Eddie Casper is deep to return. And the punter here is Jack Hunter, the lefty. They have 2 punters they used, both Jack Hunter and Alec Mahler. 6-yard gain on first down. It is Dawson again. Nothing doing that time. Swallowed up by Jakiri Jones. 3rd and 4, needing the 44. Rittenhouse looking over the top for Sobkowitz. It's incomplete. Hayden Futch will punt to Dekai Joseph, who has 2 punt return touchdowns of his own this season. That is a long boot, and Joseph has to backpedal to his own 3 to grab it. Illinois State very good in coverage, and a tackle made by Dorian DuBose, the freshman from St. Louis. 47 yards and a TD through the air. He swings it out here. DeAndre Jackson with a seam, and Jackson is wrestled down into Illinois State territory. After a gain of 12, he's taken down by Dwyer. They need the 37 to keep this drive alive in Illinois State territory. Play clock inside of 5. Lowe on a run. Lowe taken off. He's got a seam. Lowe hits the afterburners, and inside the 20, he's taken down. On 2nd and 20, they swing it out, and a huge hit. Ball is out, and Jackson fell on top of it after a gigantic hit from Cam Wilson, 5th-year senior from Cedar Hill, Texas. He is in the backfields. On 3rd and 20, they hand it off to Hayes, just trying to get some of that yardage back and make it a more manageable field goal attempt. 7-0, but Southeastern will start the second quarter with a 40-yard field goal try from Guillermo Garcia Rodriguez, 10 of 16 on the season. Mahler to hold it. And that kick is away and true. 37-yard catch today, one of his 2 grabs. On first down, Rittenhouse rolling left, and he'll tuck it and dive ahead. Dekai Joseph, again, 2 punt return touchdowns this season. Very dangerous return man. He will wave this one as it lands over his head, and it dies near the 1. Could Illinois State keep it in bounds? Dawson in motion, empty set. Rittenhouse to throw. He's got a completion. It is Sobkowitz. Ball at the 7.
and it can't leave Zach Johnson alone on the outside. I think the safety needs to come over and help him.
Rittenhouse searching, rolling, lofts it, end zone, incomplete. This from 25. And that is no good. Jack Hunter will punt to Eddie Casper. The lefty hits a shank. It's off the side of his foot, lands around the 30, and that one did not go a long way at all. 22-yard punt. And low on the keeper, makes a cut, and he did not get there. Illinois State swallows him up right around the line of scrimmage. Garrett Steffen, first man on the scene, and the sixth-year senior from Altoona, Wisconsin, with a huge play for the Redbird defense. Third down and 12. Carson Camp over the middle, wide open man is his tight end, Lonnie Shin Jr. How about the true freshman with a second catch today to tie a season high in reception?
And as well as Dexter Camp, and he does a good job of locating it.
Oh, dangerous pass is picked. It's Shadwell Kuba the second. He's going the other way. And out of bounds into Southeastern territory. Third down and 11 for Illinois State. They need the 14 of Southeastern. Rittenhouse on a crosser. That's complete to Sobkowitz, and he lunges ahead for a first down. Inside the 1 on first and goal. It is Wanker's right again. He's pushing towards the goal line. Didn't look like he got there. Fourth down and goal. They've been stopped 3 times. Rittenhouse hands off. They flick it around, and Sobkowitz throws to Rittenhouse for the touchdown. So they go to the trickeration. Sobkowitz, a touchdown pass to his quarterback, Tommy Rittenhouse, who reels in his first career receiving score. And after all that, Illinois State stuffed 3 times. Twice on the run, they convert with their quarterback catching it, and they go up by 10.
Walking towards the sideline, but that was a tough catch. Sobkowitz put a lot on that football, maybe a little bit too much. Turnovers have been the big difference, and Illinois State is converting those into touchdowns.
Camp to his tight end, Cade Collier.
They'll drop 8 and bring one of those guys that's up on the line of scrimmage back into the mid-range in coverage, but then you'll see a 3-man front, and then they'll bring 5 and drop 6 in the coverage.
Good throw from low. He's got Kentrell Prejean. And a first down, third down and 9. Southeastern needs the 43. It's caught by Jackson, and he is smothered by Dorian DuBose. The redshirt freshman from St. Louis, another huge play in the backfield. Wanker's right in the backfield with Tommy Rittenhouse. Wright gets the handoff and charges ahead for 3. And we just found out, partner, earlier, Yale was down 35-7 at the half at Youngstown State. In their first ever FCS playoff game, they came back to win 43-42. So
well, you talk about going in at halftime and getting a game plan together, and you see what an Ivy League team can go do. They can go and change it up, and they turned it all the way around to come back and win that game. What a huge win for them.
There's Caleb Proctor. He gets to Rittenhouse in the backfield. First time we've seen him make an impact today. Southeastern has blocked a number of punts this year. No one gets to fudge that time. And here is Joseph. And he's taken down. The punt and kick return coverage has been very good. 41-yard punt, loss of 1 on the return. Southeastern ball down 11. Can the Lions defense get a stance? They hand it off to Glatt. No, they fake it. It's Rittenhouse keeping. He faked everyone, including me, and he slides it down inside the 10. First and goal to go for Illinois State.
You never say never, because we just talked about Yale and Youngstown State, which we thought was over. So, but it just doesn't look very good for Southeastern at this point.
Now, meanwhile, Glatt's backpedaling his way near the goal line. Rittenhouse with Glatt's behind him. First down, actually make it second and goal, and a handoff, and Glatz reaches. Is he in? Looks like they call it just shy. Another goal to go spot, and this time Glatz able to rumble in for the score. So Seth Glatz with his 3rd rushing touchdown of the season, and Illinois State with the finishing touches on an impressive performance on the road here in Hammond today. On for the extra point. And that is away and through.
The extra point is good.
Low backpedaling, lofts it for Collier. He's got that one, and then the ball was jarred free. They're going to say incomplete.
And he plays that boundary corner, which is the more difficult corner because you don't have a lot of safety help over the top. You're pretty much on an island in that boundary.
The 10-time national champion North Dakota State Bison, who all-time in the FCS playoffs, Illinois State is 0-2 against North Dakota State. But here's the amazing stat about those two meetings. A combined 8 points in separation, a 9-3 quarterfinal loss in Fargo in 2019, and a 29-27 loss in the 2014 national title game.
And I think because they played them already, the familiarity makes it sets up for a very interesting football game next week.
Well, Southeastern season is going to come to a close at 9-4. Here's a look at who's won the most FCS championships. North Dakota State, of course, they're 10 in the last 14 seasons. And that will do it as Tommy Rittenhouse falls to a knee, and Brock Spack and the Illinois State Redbirds, for a second consecutive season, they win on the road in round one of the FCS playoffs, and they are headed back to the second round. A friendly greeting between he and Southeastern head coach Frank Selfo, whose team wins 9 games this year for the 3rd time under his watch, second most in school history.